Hi, welcome to Hoop-De-Doo. Today we're going to learn a move that I call the opposite directions hoops weave with two hoops. Basically it's a move that has one hoop going in one direction and the other hoop going in the other direction, and it's a weave. So to do this move you have to know the single hoop weave in both directions with both hands. So if you don't know that, go back to that tutorial. It's the first of the weave tutorials. Okay, so the only difficult part, this move looks really difficult, but the only difficult part of it is trying to focus on doing two opposite things at the same time. Okay, so one hoop is going in one direction, one hoop is going in the forward weave, and the other hoop let's see if I can do it. And the other hoop is going in the opposite direction. Okay? So that is the only hard part about it. Getting your brain to say, okay, one hoop is going one way, the other hoop is going the other way. And that's the thing that takes the most time. So there are no hand position changes in this move, so that makes it a little bit easier. So the way you get into this move, there are three ways, and whatever's easiest for you, I'll show you all three, and you might come up with a new way to do it, and that's great. Whatever's easiest for you. Many times when you're making a mistake and you start doing something different, that turns into a new move. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with the first one. And the first way to get into it is you're holding both hoops to your side, okay, and your hand position is the thumb is pointing that way on the right hoop, the red hoop, and your thumb is pointing the same way on the left hoop, the purple hoop, okay? So you're going to hold your hoops like that, okay, and one hoop, let me get back far enough, one hoop, the red one up here in your right hand, is going to come down, and the left hoop is going to come behind it, okay, and your arms are going to be crossed, right arm over left arm, and you're going to cross them, bring the left hoop up, the one that's underneath, it's going to come up and back, and it's going to start a reverse weave, just like that, with that hoop. That's the hoop in the left hand, okay, if you're starting it this way. Okay, so the right hoop, the red hoop, is going to come down. The left purple one's going to come closer to your body, behind the red one. It's going to come up and down. And at the same time, the red one is going to come up, and it's going to start doing a forward weave. Okay, so that's where your two opposite directions come in. So let's try it again. Here we go. We're going to come down with the red one, over with the purple one. They're going to come up. The purple one is doing its thing, and the red one is coming down to the right side. And then the purple one is coming up. And the purple one is always going underneath the red one. So if you see, the left hand is going underneath and crossing. The right hand crosses over the left one. It comes up, so it's going reverse. The red one's coming in forward, and then they're uncrossed, and then they cross back when they come up, back, down. It's really hard to do in slow motion, but you should try in slow motion first, and I'm actually using the death grip here to keep them in plane. And if you don't remember what the death grip is, watch some of the other videos. The first video, the single hoop video. Okay? And so you keep doing that. And as your brain gets used to, hey, these hoops are going in opposite directions and I'm not used to that. But as your brain gets used to it, then you can pick up speed, loosen your grip, and you will find that you will start doing it with two fingers is really more comfortable than the other way. Okay, so that is one way to get into the reverse or the opposite directions weave. The next way is that you need to know how to spin both hoops in both directions on your hands first. And if you need a tutorial on that, just tell me and I will do a tutorial on that. Okay, so you can, then we're going to have the hoop in your right hand is going to go in the forward direction. That means it's spinning that way. It's going, if I'm looking at it, it's going counterclockwise. Okay? And the hoop in the left hand is going to go the opposite direction. And that's why you call it the opposite direction spin, the opposite directions weave we're going into. When you're spinning, when you get from the spinning to the stopping, you're just going to grab the hoop when your hand is down at the bottom of the hoop. And then, so when your hand is at the bottom of the hoop, your thumb's going to be pointing this way. You're going to grab it, and then you're going to bring it and start your weave, reverse weave. And it's going to go under the red one, the one in the right hand. Okay, so let's try that. So you've got them spinning, and we're going to stop both of them, grab them with our hand. There we go. And we're going to bring the red one down because it's going in the forward direction. So because it's going in the forward direction when you're spinning, it's going to continue doing that when you bring it into the weave. So they're going to cross each other, just like we did before. Right arm over left. The left arm or the purple hoop is going to go on the other side. The red one is going to do its thing, forward weave, and they're going to uncross, come back up. Okay? And like I said, you can speed it up. Okay? And your hand position when we're doing it in slow motion is the death grip. Okay? It's just holding it really tight. And you can straighten your thumb out on the hoop to sort of guide it to where you want it to go. If you're doing slow motion, this grip, the death grip, is for slow motion. Okay? And then as you get to do the weave better, then you'll want to loosen up your grip and just let it hang in your four fingers. And like we talked about the I love you hand position, it's I love you in American Sign Language. So you'll eventually be with two fingers and the hoop dangling on those two fingers. And that gives the hoop more ability to stay in its plane. And the third way is to be doing the twin forward weave. So remember, if you don't know how to do that, go back to the twin forward weave video. And you're doing the forward weave, okay? And you're going to take your left hand, the hoop on your left side here, and it's going to fall back for a minute and give the hoop on the right side over here. And this one will come up and down, and when it starts coming down, then you bring the one in your left hand under it, and you're going to change direction of it. So you're actually changing direction, but there is no hand position change. That's the nice thing about this move. It doesn't have the hand position change. So let's try that in slow motion. Okay, so we're doing the forward weave, and watch the hoop in this hand, the left hand. Okay, so forward weave, right, I'm doing the right arm crossing over the left arm on the forward weave. And when you come to it crossing over, then you're going to bring the left hoop back and and it's gonna pause there until the right hoop has done its thing over here, and then it's going to come up, down, back around, up, down, back around, up, down, and the right hoop, they are crossing each other at this point, just like we learned on the other two entrances into this move. So basically, you're pausing the forward weave. You're just pausing it. I'll try to do it in not slow motion. You're pausing the forward weave on the left hand, on this hoop, and just slightly. So here's what it would look like. Okay, and it's almost like when you pause it, they come back together and they cross. Okay, so you're just putting this one back when it comes out of the forward weave. You're taking the left hoop, and it's the arm that's under on the forward weave, and it will stay under the whole time. This hoop, this arm will stay under the other one, both on the forward weave and when you bring it back. You see how it goes under. And I'm exaggerating that move. You're not, well, unless you think that looks cool, you can do that. Here we go. Okay? And when you speed it up, you'll see that I'm doing it with 2 fingers. The I love you grip, 2 fingers. Okay? So, there's more information about the grips on my other videos. So watch the other ones too. Okay, if you want to change directions, okay, you've got the left hoop going in reverse weave and the right hoop going in forward weave. And if you want to change directions of those hoops, then as you're coming down and you've got this position, then you come back up, and make them go around. And then the right hand, the red hoop over here, is underneath. And if you just want to keep doing breaks with it, you can go like that. So what you're doing is you're coming up. Let's try that. Okay, so this would be the opposite direction, and this would be the one that we just learned. Okay, so you see that if you want to switch them, decide, do I want this direction or do I want this direction? And when you decide, then you start actually weaving with them. Okay? So practice, 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 and you will get it. Just try to focus on one at a time. Try to focus on just holding the left one in your hand and weaving single hoop with the right arm until you really get that down really well, and you can do it without thinking. And then try holding this hoop and try doing the reverse weave with the left hoop. But still hold this hoop in your hand, because your body needs to know that this hoop is going to be active at some point. Okay? And it will remember that. And it helps you learn faster also. Okay, so practice them separately and then put them together. And go slow at first. Okay, go slow. Hold them with a death grip, go slow, and then just speed up as you feel more comfortable. If you don't feel comfortable speeding up, then don't. Just go at your own pace. There is no hurry, absolutely no hurry. And have patience with yourself, okay? So, if you have any trouble, send me a video or comment on my website, and I would love to help you troubleshoot. Happy hooping and good luck.